Top 5 Obscure Theories in Science That Have Almost Been Forgotten. Number 5. The Luminiferous Ether. This theory, which was developed in the 19th century, proposed that there was an invisible substance called luminiferous ether that filled the universe and was responsible for the transmission of light. The theory was eventually discarded in favor of the theory of relativity.
The luminiferous ether was a scientific theory from the 1800s that proposed the existence of an invisible substance called luminiferous ether that filled the universe and was responsible for the transmission of light. The theory was developed as a way to explain the observed behavior of light, which seemed to travel through empty space as if it were propagating through a medium. According to the theory, the luminiferous ether was a completely frictionless and transparent medium that permeated all of space, and it was thought to be the medium through which light waves traveled. The theory was eventually discarded in favor of the theory of relativity, which provided a more comprehensive explanation of the behavior of light.
Number 4. The Flogistian Theory. This theory, which was popular in the 18th century, proposed that a substance called phlogiston was responsible for combustion. The theory was eventually abandoned in favor of the oxygen theory, which posits that oxygen is necessary for combustion to occur.
The phlogiston theory was a popular scientific theory in the 1700s that proposed that a substance called phlogiston was responsible for combustion. According to the theory, phlogiston was a substance that was released during combustion, and it was thought to be the cause of the heat and light that were produced during the process. The theory was supported by a number of experiments that seemed to support the idea of phlogiston, but it was eventually abandoned in favor of the oxygen theory, which posits that oxygen is necessary for combustion to occur.
Number 3. The Geocentric Model. This theory, which was widely accepted in ancient times, held that the Earth was the center of the universe and that the Sun, Moon, and other celestial bodies revolved around it. The theory was eventually replaced by the Heliocentric Model, which posits that the Sun is the center of the solar system.
The geocentric model was a widely accepted theory in ancient times, 300 BC to 500 AD, that held that the Earth was the center of the universe and that the Sun, Moon, and other celestial bodies revolved around it. The theory was supported by the apparent motion of the celestial bodies in the sky, which appeared to be moving around the Earth. The geocentric model was the dominant scientific theory for more than 2,000 years, but it was eventually replaced by the heliocentric model, which posits that the Sun is the center of the solar system.
Number 2. The ether drift. This theory, also from the 19th century, proposed that the Earth was moving through an ether that was responsible for the transmission of light and other electromagnetic waves. The theory was eventually disproven by the Michelson-Morley experiment.
The ether drift theory was another 1800s scientific theory that proposed that the Earth was moving through an ether that was responsible for the transmission of light and other electromagnetic waves. The theory was developed in an attempt to explain the seemingly contradictory results of the Michelson-Morley experiment, which had failed to detect any evidence of the Earth's motion through the ether. According to the ether drift theory, the Earth's motion through the ether resulted in a small, but measurable, drift in the speed of light. The theory was eventually disproven by a number of subsequent experiments that provided more accurate measurements of the speed of light.
Number 1 Most obscure theory, almost forgotten by history. The Wilhelm Reich Org-1 theory was a pseudoscientific theory developed by Austrian psychiatrist Wilhelm Reich in the 1930s and 1940s. According to the theory, Org-1 was a universal life force that could be harnessed for the benefit of individuals and society as a whole. Reich claimed that Org-1 could be found in the atmosphere and that it could be collected and concentrated in special devices, such as Org-1 accumulators, which he claimed could cure a variety of ailments and improve overall health and well-being.
Reich's Org-1 theory was highly controversial and was widely rejected by the scientific community. Many of his claims were not supported by empirical evidence and were considered to be pseudoscientific. Despite this, Reich's ideas gained a small following and continue to be promoted by some fringe groups today. However, the Org-1 theory has largely been forgotten and is not considered to be a legitimate scientific theory.
Thank you for your time and viewership. Help me create more AI content by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. If you have a video idea you want to see AI create, throw it in the comments and, if I like it, I will point a couple of AIs and one human brain at the idea.